anytime players, that I came in with and that I spent a lot of time with, they get moved up and they're able to have a vital role in this offense and this piece, I get extremely excited for, and I'm playing through them. You know what I mean? I'm excited just as them every time they get out there and run a route and everything, because it's just amazing that, you start somewhere and then you're able to evolve and get to a different level and go out there and actually execute it. Just like Dylan, like whenever he got moved up to QB1, I'm like, that's lit, bro. You got to make sure you handle everything the right way and, just continue being him. So, like for me, overall, I'm just happy. I'm excited that everybody is living their dreams, and I'm living my dream also. Come every day and be able to work.
That's dope. That's dope.
I like that.
That's dope. That's dope because I got that same feeling. I got that same feeling. Now the circumstances are a little different. I was a second round pick, and I went in and TJ was there. We were both rookies. And watching TJ get his shine because he learned some of the things a little bit before me. So we got an opportunity to get in there and do some things a little different. It might not have been the game, but just say in practice. And I was excited.
It's the kind of calm that makes you pause, the kind that makes headlines. When reporters told Shedeur Sanders that Bailey Zappe might be the Browns' QB2 heading into next week's camp, his response wasn't defensive, bitter, or even concerned. It was just two words that carried the confidence of a man who knows exactly who he is, no matter. And that shook the internet. Because when a rookie quarterback, especially one under the microscope like Shedeur Sanders, shrugs off a possible demotion with that level of composure, the football world doesn't know how to take it. Is it arrogance? Is it maturity? Or is it that same prime mindset we've seen from his father all these years? The kind of unbothered confidence that makes even critics lean in closer? Shannon Sharpe and Chad, Ocho Cinco, Johnson didn't waste a second diving into that. On their latest episode, they broke down not just the quote, but what it means. Ocho said it best. That's dope. That's dope because I got that same feeling. Shedeur, when asked about his teammates getting promoted, like Dillon Gabriel being moved to QB1 for reps, didn't flinch. He said, anytime players I came in with get moved up and have a vital role, I get extremely excited. I'm playing through them. He wasn't bitter. He was proud. He wasn't jealous. He was inspired. And that, right there, told Shannon something. Because you could hear it in his tone. He respects Shedeur's mindset. The way he talked about living vicariously through his teammates reminded Shannon of his own days watching other players shine before him. The grind, the patience, the hunger. Everybody wants to be a star, but not everybody can wait their turn. Ocho even opened up about his rookie season, coming into the league behind TJ Houshmandzadeh, and said, I was hyped for him. I was living through him because he made it. He got his shine. That same energy? That's what Shedeur's showing in Cleveland. He's watching Dillon Gabriel and Bailey Zappe get reps, but instead of frustration, he's cheering. He's learning. He's evolving. And make no mistake, Shannon sees the writing on the wall. He said it plain, they waiting on you to fold. Because that's the truth. You can feel the narrative shifting. Because in Cleveland right now, things are chaotic. After Joe Flacco's trade, Bailey Zappe getting the QB2 nod sent ripples through the locker room. The Browns are still paying 8 quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, Dillon Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, Bailey Zappe, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and even Kenny Pickett. It's wild. The payroll looks more like a quarterback convention than a depth chart. But through all that, Shedeur's focus hasn't changed. He's not tweeting cryptic messages. He's not complaining about reps. He's not playing into the chaos. He's locked in. And Shannon loves that. He said, as long as they tell me I got a helmet and I can punch my code in at that gate, I'm good. That's the attitude, that blue-collar mindset of showing up, grinding, and letting your game do the talking. Because in the NFL, talk fades, but tape don't lie. Ocho agreed, saying that it's every competitor's dream to play, but that Shedeur's approach shows emotional maturity beyond his years. Most rookies would have reacted. Most rookies would have posted something. But Shedeur? He said, no matter, and kept it moving. It's that quiet confidence that separates the talkers from the builders. Do you think Shedeur's calm attitude is a sign of maturity? Or is it frustration disguised as professionalism? Drop your take in the comments, because this one's dividing fans fast. Now here's where it gets interesting. Shannon and Ocho didn't just praise his maturity, they also warned him. They said, the league is a game within a game. Because the draft already showed Shedeur that nothing's guaranteed. Remember, Shannon reminded everyone, the draft didn't go the way Shedeur expected. He fell later than projected, and that humbled him. But it also fueled him. And now, that same lesson is repeating itself. Bailey Zappe, an unexpected name, gets bumped up to QB2, and everyone's watching to see if Shedeur cracks. But he's not folding. He's standing tall, knowing that the same teams waiting for him to slip are the ones that'll rewrite his story the moment he proves them wrong. That's why Shannon dropped one of the coldest lines of the episode. He said, "Until the lions have thumbs, the hunter will always be glorified." Think about that. Until the lions, the players like Shedeur, the ones fighting from the bottom, have control over their own story, the media will always paint the hunters, the teams, the executives, the critics, as the heroes. But that's changing. Because Shedeur is the lion. He's starting to write his own story. And when you've got Shannon Sharpe, one of the most respected voices in the game, saying he loves your mindset, that means something.
Let's keep it in house. We can work it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that way we can control the narrative. We can control the story. Once they get out, Ocho, they're going to write what they want to write now. I got the pen. Ocho. They tell me until the lions have thumbs, every hunter will be glorified. He writing the story.
Until the lions have thumbs, every hunter. Boy, that's a bar. Hey, that's a bar. Hey. Ain't got no pen and pad in the goddamn hotel here in goddamn London, boy. Until the lion have thumbs. Wait, yes they do. Hold on. Boy, stop playing, boy. Well, that's a good one now. I remember it too. Until the lion has thumbs, the hunter will always write the story.
The hunter will always be glorified.
Oh, glorified. Okay.
Because he's actually writing the story.
Boy, I'm gonna use that in my next argument. It's probably, hey, listen, it probably would have nothing to do with the situation, but when I use it, if I can just get it to think for a minute and stop, that means I won.
They can control the headlines, but Shedeur's about to control the outcome. Because let's be real, Cleveland's quarterback room is a movie. Deshaun Watson sitting on a $35.9 million contract. Jameis Winston earning $2.2 million. Dillon Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Shedeur, Bailey Zappe, all competing for a handful of snaps. And you've got Shedeur, the quiet storm in the middle of it all, who refuses to break character. Ocho said it straight. He wants to start. He wants to play. Who doesn't? That's any competitor. And that's true. Every quarterback dreams of that moment under the lights. But Shedeur's different. He's not chasing it recklessly, he's preparing for it patiently. Because when the opportunity comes, and it will come, he'll be ready. If you were Shedeur, would you stay patient behind Bailey Zappe and Flacco, or demand your shot now? Which mindset do you think earns more respect in the long run? Ocho wrapped it up perfectly. He said it's about keeping things in-house. When teams go public with drama, when players feed the media, that's when the narrative gets hijacked. But when you stay locked in, when you handle family business privately, you control the story. And that's exactly what Shedeur's doing. He's not letting headlines tell his story. He's writing his own chapter, one rep, one throw, one quiet, no matter, at a time. The Lions are learning to write, and Shedeur Sanders just picked up the pen. You see, what Shannon and Ocho were really talking about wasn't just Shedeur Sanders. It was about what the NFL does to players like him, young, confident, unafraid to speak their truth. Because let's be honest, once you enter that league, the spotlight isn't just bright, it's blinding. Every move, every quote, every reaction becomes a headline. And Shannon knows that. He said, they're waiting on you to fold. They're waiting for Shedeur to say something slick, something emotional, something they can twist into a coachability issue. Shedeur's playing chess. He's saying less, smiling more, and letting his game breathe. He's learning from the same playbook his father lived by: confidence without compromise. In a league that feeds on drama, silence is Shedeur's loudest statement. And think about it. This kid came from the college spotlight where he was the main event every Saturday. Every camera, every mic, every headline said, "Primetime son." But now he's learning what it means to start from the bottom again. That's what makes this story powerful. Because the NFL doesn't care about your last name, it cares about your last throw. And Shedeur's last throw might not have been a touchdown yet, but the way he's carrying himself, that's winning the respect of veterans around the league. Shannon said it perfectly: as long as I can punch my code in at that gate, I'm good. That's that worker's mentality. That's the hunger of a player who knows greatness takes time. Do you think Shedeur's patience is strength? Or could staying quiet too long cost him momentum? How should a young QB handle being buried on the depth chart? But here's where things get real. The Browns' quarterback situation is madness. Cleveland's paying 8 quarterbacks. 8. Deshaun Watson is eating $35.9 million of cap space. Jameis Winston sits at $2.2 million. Dylan Gabriel at $1.1 million. Flacco's still pulling just under $1 million. And Shedeur? He's at $955,000, earning less than a third of what Zappe's deal plus incentives could end up being. So when you look at it that way, the conversation isn't really about competition. It's about politics. In the NFL, every snap is earned, but every paycheck tells a story. Because we all know how this goes. Big contracts get priority, high salaries get protection. And rookies? They get patience tested. But Shedeur's answer, no matter, hit differently. He's saying, you can shuffle names, move pieces, play favorites, I'm still gonna work. That's leadership. That's culture. That's the same energy Dion built Colorado around. Stay ready so you never have to get ready. And now Shannon's seeing that fire in his son. He even said it. He understands the game. He saw the game they played at the draft. Because when Shedeur fell to a later round, it humbled him, but it didn't break him. It taught him patience. And right now, that patience might just be the Browns' biggest hidden weapon. Because let's be honest, Deshaun Watson's health is still a mystery. Flacco's age isn't slowing time. And Bailey Zappe, though gritty, isn't guaranteed longevity. So what happens when that door opens again? When that next man up moment comes? That's when Shedeur steps in. And when he does, it won't be a surprise to the people paying attention. When the spotlight swings back, Shedeur won't blink. He's been practicing in the shadows. That's why Shannon's lion quote hits so hard. Until the lions have thumbs, every hunter will be glorified. It's poetic, but it's real. It means until players control their own stories, the media will keep praising the hunters, the coaches, the GMs, the front offices, while the lions, the players, stay voiceless. But Shedeur's breaking that mold. He's proving you can be respectful and confident. You can take the high road and still keep your edge. That's what the league's not ready for. A quarterback who's not playing the media's game. And that's what Ocho was feeling when he said, "That's dope. That's dope." Because that's how he was back in the day. Confident, loud, but with purpose. Now he's seeing a younger generation express that energy in a calmer, more controlled way. That's evolution. Shannon also pointed out something deeper: locker room unity. He said, whatever tension we have, let's keep it in-house. We can control the story once it's out, but when it's in-house, we write it. And that's leadership, not from a coach, but from a vet who understands how fast rumors can destroy chemistry. Because when players start venting to the media, the headlines become weapons. But when you handle things privately, when you keep it in the circle, the team becomes family. And that's exactly how Shedeur's moving. You can tell from the way he talks about his teammates, I'm excited for them. I'm playing through them. That's not lip service, that's love. He's celebrating his peers instead of competing against them. He's building bridges instead of walls. And that's rare for a rookie in today's NFL. In a league full of egos, Shedeur's building a brotherhood. And that's why Shannon's respect for him feels genuine. Because Shannon knows talent's easy, discipline's rare. And Shedeur's showing both. Even when he's not playing. Even when the team depth chart says QB3. Because he knows, the same people doubting him now will be the ones praising him when he finally steps under center and delivers. And it's coming. You can feel it in the way these conversations shift. Ocho's excitement. Shannon's pride. Even the subtle tone change in how analysts are talking about Shedeur now. It's no longer Deion's son. It's Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns quarterback. That's not hype, that's evolution. When Shedeur finally gets his shot, do you think he'll silence the critics? Or will the pressure of Cleveland crush another QB dream? And as Shannon wrapped the segment, he couldn't stop laughing about that Lion quote. Because deep down, he knows it's more than a punchline, it's a prophecy. It's saying that one day, players like Shedeur will be writing their own legacy, not waiting for anyone else to define it. That's what's happening right now, quietly, behind the scenes in Cleveland. A young quarterback, raised in the eye of the storm, learning to be calm in the chaos. Not bitter, not broken, just patient. Because greatness doesn't rush, it prepares. You can't rush primetime blood, it moves on its own clock. And when that moment comes, Cleveland better be ready. Because Shedeur Sanders isn't just another rookie. He's the calm before the storm. And when that gate slides open and that helmet goes on, everybody's gonna remember these two words. No matter. The story's still being written, and this time, the Lions holding the pen. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to Gridiron Insights for more dramatic NFL stories, player controversies, and cinematic breakdowns like this one. We're dropping fresh episodes every day, bringing you the real stories behind the headlines. Because on this channel, we don't just watch the game, we read between the lines.